Catch you later. So we watched a couple of Maya Deren shorts.
Hmm.
I don't know if it makes sense to talk about these together or one at a time.
I guess sort of together. I kind of want to start with um, which is Cradle, because that is not really a film, in my opinion.
Oh, hot take.
Well, it feels very unfinished, which from the little amount of reading I've done about it, it is. But it really feels unfinished, especially compared to the other Maya Deren movie we watched and the previous one that we watched
Hmm.
last episode. Like it feels like just mostly just like the raw footage that someone found, like the real.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's kind of what it is. Like it was a project that was never really finished, and they found the footage of it and they're like, yeah, sure, let's show this to people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wasn't really drawing a parallel between the thing that's saying this somewhat unfinished, but then also that like you can kind of see jumpy splices and you can see like the leader of the film in between certain shots.
Yeah,
Uh,
a
I
lot of
kind of
stuff
just
is repeated because it's just I don't think it's like intentionally like repetitive stuff. I think it's
well,
just
it
no,
says
they were
the
just
end.
doing
The end is the
multiple takes.
beginning, and the beginning is the end. Well,
I
like
know, but
it's
when it's like someone looking, like turning and looking 4 times in a row, I think that's just 4 takes of the same thing. I don't think that that is a an avant-garde editing thing. I think that it's just multiple takes.
hey, when it's
I think
avant-garde, who knows?
true,
So
but like all of the flashing, it's like that's just what happens when you like stop a film camera and start it again because it's like the light hitting the frame. I don't know. I
I mean, well,
and I'm
speaking
not saying
of,
it's bad. I'm just it's like not
yeah.
it's cool to see, and I'm glad that it's available for people to see.
Well, so Witch's Cradle is I would say that it is more straightforwardly depicting something than either of her other two movies that we've watched. In that,
Hmm.
like, it is a witch doing witchy stuff, right? Like, doing some kind of incantation. It's represented by string in some way, and like, um,
String on a string. Yep.
the other ones are just kind of a like dream logic, a bunch of stuff happening, kind of linking together themes, but that's like, you know, it's not like an event that is happening.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I guess. I feel
Well,
like
okay,
I'm
so what are
I'm
you,
sounding very negative on this one. I think it's mostly just because I was like, oh, this isn't really a film. This is like the footage someone shot of a film.
I guess I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not giving avant-garde
But see,
non-literal art enough credit, but it all kind of feels like it could be a
well, I
film,
don't know. It felt very distinctly different from the other two that we watched because I feel like there's
Hmm.
as much as they are dealing in like dream logic and kind of surreal imagery and things like that, there is a real kind of intention behind it that I get from it anyway that I don't see in Witch's Cradle. Not in the sense that like there is an intention behind how things are being framed or shot or but it's like the editing is just feels so completely different from the other two that I'm like, "Oh, this is just
Hmm.
unedited. This is just the real
Hmm.
of film." And yeah, so I do think it feels very distinctly different from the other two for that reason, and that it's like the rhythms of it, and yeah, who knows, maybe that was all intended to be like how the finished thing was going to look. I don't know, but I definitely did not get that sense from watching it. If anything, it's a real proof or an example anyway of like how important editing is because like I feel like you watch At Land, the other one that we watched for 1944, and it does feel very deliberate. It has a flow to it, and it's like it feels like a finished product. And I feel
Hmm.
like Witch's Cradle is just kind of like a lot of stuff